Spider-Man. I remember you. Cheryl. Francine. Max. Oh, I remember you. Yeah, you had the blueprints. How you doing, buddy? You set me up. No, I don't know what you're talking. You lied to me. You forgot who I am. You don't remember my name. Dude, I have like 1,000 million people to save in this city. How am I supposed to remember one name? One measly little name? No! I just want people to see me. Okay, dude. Okay. Calm. I just want to get laid. It was my birthday. No, I'm sure that any girl fucking you would be seeing a Christmas tree. Come on, I'm putting it in, man. You gotta make the effort as well. I'm getting left out. What happened to you? I knew there was something fishy going on down here. Spider-Man. Just the man I wanted to see. Hello, Harry. So, did you talk to Peter? I'm sorry. I can't give you my... What? Please. You're the only sperm donor I ever wanted. I loved Peter, but he couldn't give me what I wanted. So, I need you. I need you. I'm sorry, I don't have any left. What? Surely, you must have some left. I gave all my sperm away to Felicia. Felicia! Did she make you bleed? Did she suck it all out of you? What did she do? Peter? You think I'm stupid? You think I don't know it's you? I'm gonna make you for me. I want you to love me like I love myself. Oh, Peter, help! I can't hold on much longer. Stay with me, Glenn. Stay with me. I love you. I'm sorry. Ah! I can't decide whether you should live or die. Oh, you probably know that. What the fuck? Gwen! No! No. Stay with me. Stay with me. Stay with me. Sayonara, Peter. Oh, not again. It all changed when you think about it. All different people, all their lives, except for me, because I'm Spider-Man. What? Oh my god, dude, I have a metal arm. That's so awesome. Sorry. So, now that I'm awake, hello everyone, and welcome to my review of The Amazing Spider-Man 2. Directed by Marc Webb, which is the second and final movie of the Amazing Spider-Man duology, and the second and final Spider-Man film to star Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man. Let's get this shit over with. So, the plot of The Amazing Spider-Man 2, if there is one, is that basically New York is put under siege by Oscorp. It's up to Spider-Man to save the day once again. He is being haunted by the ghost of Gwen's father, from the end of the first movie. As we know, he died, and so he decides to basically break up with Gwen because he can't break his promise. We also come across other characters such as Max Dillon, who is a recluse. He's isolated. He wants to be noticed by people, and he comes across Spider-Man. And Spider-Man forgets his name, and then Max decides to take revenge on him. Yeah, it's that dumb. We also run into Harry Osborn, whose father, Norman, dies of a rare disease to which Harry is inherited. And so Harry needs Spider-Man's blood in order to survive. Well, he thinks he needs Spider-Man's blood in order to survive, but Peter is not certain of what the effects will do to him, whether it will actually kill him or actually cure him. There's loads of other things. Aunt May has a new job. The whole mystery of Peter's parents continues. Gwen makes decisions about her future. Peter and Gwen are on and off in this movie. And the Rhino turns up for a bit of a fight. And you know what? Just fuck it. That is it. I can't be bothered anymore. The Amazing Spider-Man 2 is fucking shit. And you know what? It took me this long to realise. You know, well done. Well done. What a fucking fantastically awful sequel. I just sat through 2 hours and 20 minutes of fucking boredom. I have never been so bored in a superhero movie since, like, Batman or Robin or Superman 4. I don't think this is as bad as them, but this is bad. Oh boy, it's bad. You know what? The biggest issue with The Amazing Spider-Man 2 is the script. Like the third movie of Sam Raimi's trilogy, the script, only this time it's even worse. The script is overloaded with subplots, with characters that just don't need to be there. Why does this movie have to set up a Sinister Six film? Why can't this just tell its own story? Why did the studio have to fucking interfere with this shitty thing? And as a result, the script is a cluttered mess. It feels like different scenes from different Spider-Man movies stitched together as one. What are you going for here? Are you going for a, multi-stranded storyline? Or are you going for a linear single storyline? I mean, the first movie wasn't great. I won't be the first to admit that the first movie was not great. But at least the script was competent. You could follow it. It wasn't a great script, but you could follow it. This, I don't have a fucking clue what's going on. There's so many subplots, it becomes overloaded. And you know what? I don't care. I'm not a fan of the first movie by any stretch of the imagination. But this one turned out to be even worse. My goodness me. Everything about this movie just sucks. I mean, despite the movie having more action, it still feels, bloated and long. And, like the opening action sequence in the plane is just so sloppily done. Marc Webb cannot direct shit. He could not direct shit going into the toilet and flush. That is, his resume before this consisted of music videos and one movie called 500 Days of Summer, which apparently was very good, which I've never seen it. But he can't direct an action movie. His action is terrible. The story is terrible. Again, 3 villains. I thought we learned from Spider-Man 3. I thought you were going to make up for this kind of shit. But no, you have to have 3 villains. I mean, one thing I'll say in Spider-Man 3's defense, there were 3 villains, but at least their motivations were clear. I agree with Chris Stuckman on that one. Sandman, he was kind of an anti-villain. He was just trying to help his daughter. Harry Osborn in Spider-Man 3, he was out for revenge for his father's death.
And then he had the amnesia plot, so he kind of was rendered not a villain for most of it. And then Venom, you know, Peter had taken Gwen away from him briefly, and he humiliated him. So you can kind of understand the motivations. With this, you know, Electro, I mean, I used to like Electro, but in this movie, he's fucking terrible. I mean, the costume looks awful. He looks like a gangster. I mean, he looks all blue and luminous. I mean, I didn't mind that so much, but the whole story behind his relationship with Spider-Man is pointless. He's a character that didn't even need to be there. I mean, the whole reason for his hatred of Spider-Man is because he forgets his name. Bravo! I mean, what a masterclass. Well done. Just well done. You know, you couldn't have thought of a more lazy storyline. You couldn't have thought of a more stupid, dumb plot to use for this. There is no great character arcs in this movie. And, you know, how the hell... why would he get annoyed about something like that? Spider-Man has to save people throughout the entire, you know, city. How is he supposed to remember one guy's name who he's only just met? Bollocks to it. Just absolute bollocks to it. I don't, you know, this movie fucking... Sorry. Let me compose myself. And then we have the Rhino, who's the third villain, who basically is there to market the Sinister Six thing, you know. He turns up at the beginning, and then he turns up at the end. He's barely in the movie, so I couldn't give a stuff about him. I'm just going to pass him off as not actually being there. I mean, it's basically like Marvel's version of Transformers in this movie. You may as well have had Optimus Prime coming in and going, Autobots, roll out, kill the Spider-Man. Oh, God. And, you know, the characters of this movie, I mean, other than the villains, I mean, Andrew Garfield as Peter Parker / Spider-Man. Actually, that's one redeeming quality. He's a little bit better in this movie than he is in the first. He's not as awkward or twitchy as he is in the first one, but he's still not great. I don't think he's very interesting, to be honest. As Peter Parker, I stand by my opinion that he's too good looking to play Peter Parker. He's too much of a pretty boy. You know, he doesn't look like a nerd. He looks like a punk, and that still resonates in this movie. So sorry, he's not bad as Spider-Man. You know, he throws into a couple of one-liners, and you know, he's pretty cool in the action sequences. There are more action scenes in this movie, but it doesn't say very much. I mean, I do like his relationship with Gwen. That is one of the only redeeming qualities of this movie. Until the end. Fuck. I mean, it helped, obviously, that Emma Stone and Andrew Garfield were going out in real life, so they did have a genuine chemistry. But yeah, Andrew Garfield, he's just very forgettable in this movie, to be honest. Emma Stone as Gwen Stacy, she's good in this film. She has a lot going on in her life at the moment, and the scenes with her and Peter are actually quite good in comparison to the rest of the movie. And, you know, the climax of this movie, spoiler alert, you know, when she dies, I didn't feel anything. I didn't feel anything. You know, there was so much of this movie that was them going on and off with their relationship. You know, she was going to move to Oxford and he was going to come with her. When they finally get back on, nope, she's gone. So it's a shame. I mean, The Amazing Spider-Man 3 would have been very different. If they'd made it, they would have had Mary Jane, so it would have completely squandered this movie anyway, so... just terrible. Terrible writing, to be honest. And the film ends with another fucking funeral. I mean, I haven't mentioned this in the previous reviews, or at least not that I can remember, but 4 out of the 5 Spider-Man movies we have end with a funeral. The only film that hasn't done this is Spider-Man 2, which, you know, it's no secret to say is many people's favourite of the franchise. And, you know, the ending is great because it doesn't end on a sad note with a fucking funeral. It ends on a happy note. This is so forced. The death of Gwen Stacy is just forced. And the final scenes of the movie after she dies, when the film should have cut to credits at the grave. But no, they had a couple more scenes afterwards where Peter is, like, clearing out his stuff. You see, we hear Gwen's voiceover on the speech. And then the final scene with the Rhino. You know, those scenes, to me, felt so tacked on. They could have been at the beginning of The Amazing Spider-Man 3, had they actually got to make it. What the fuck, man? You know, Marc Webb's direction It's even worse here. I mean, I thought his direction was pretty poor for the first movie, but for this movie, oh my god, it's bad. I mean, he just lets the movie fall apart. It just clutters itself to the ground with this shitty script. What do we have to do to make this good? You know, is there any point to this? I mean, you know, there are some okay action scenes, but that's it. There's nothing else to enjoy in this movie. Again, this movie is way too long. It is 2 hours and 20 minutes, and it's a fucking snail. It is the queen bee of fucking snails. It just drags and drags and drags and drags and drags and drags. What the hell? You know, Chris Cooper's seen as Norman Osborn doesn't do anything for me. It's nice to see Felicity Jones have a cameo in this movie as Felicia. Nice to see her do an American accent, which is good. So at least somebody's trying. You know, I mean, to be fair, Emma Stone does actually try. Emma Stone as Gwen Stacy, she does try. I mean, the whole Sinister Six thing is just so forced in there. It felt like it was a different film. Like, you know, Harry Osborn trying to take control of these special projects, as it's called. My God. And the whole reveal regarding Peter's parents, specifically his dad, when it's revealed that he was basically just in it for the money. What a cop-out! What an absolute cop-out! That's the laziest way to get yourself out of this plot. So that's the reveal of the great mystery that was set up in the beginning of the first movie? Well, whoop-de-fucking-do. You know, what is there to say? What is there to fucking say about this movie? You know, it's so fucking convoluted. I mean, you know, people who hate Spider-Man 3, I understand that that movie has problems, but for me, there was enough to enjoy in that movie. For this, the only thing I can enjoy is some of the action scenes, and even then, it takes ages to get to the action, so it's not worth it. I mean, this movie is such a mess. No wonder the series got killed off. I mean, I will be stunned if Homecoming is as bad as this. You know, at the end of the day, there's more that could have been cut from this movie than there was. And this movie fucking sucks. And the soundtrack by Hans Zimmer, forgettable. Why didn't they just keep the same soundtrack that James Horner had from the first movie? That was a great theme. I did like that. The da 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 da. Instead we get a new theme, which is dun 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 dun. Like, it's not bad, but it's like, well, what? So much for consistency. Again, also, they changed the suit. Granted, I prefer the suit he has in this movie, but, you know, consistency. And also, there's a track in the soundtrack, which, for the Times Square scene, which is actually an okay scene, to be honest. That was an alright scene. The music for that is weird. It's Pharrell Williams as well contributes, and there's some weird lyrics like the paranoia, can't ignore the self-destroying, my pulses racing with the can't paranoia. It's so weird, you know. He lied to me. He lied to me. He hates me. He's using me. Like, what the hell is that? Like, and then the dubstep, the blah 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 blah. Like, that does not work for a Spider-Man movie. That just does not work for a Spider-Man movie. Oh, fuck. You know it's happening. I'm getting the Pepsi out again, the Coke. I need a comfort drink. Anyone want to join me? Cheers. I guess I'll say this. The visual effects and CGI are actually okay. They're not bad. But it's not enough to hang a feature film on. In the end, you know, this movie sucks. It just goes on and on. It doesn't know what to do. It is easily the worst Spider-Man movie so far. Again, I'll be stunned if Homecoming is as bad as this. But, you know what? I'm going to rate this movie. I'm going to give it a 1 out of 10. Don't even tempt me to give it a 0 because I'm that fucking close. So, Yeah, also I forgot to mention Dane DeHaan as the Green Goblin. Yeah, he's not great. He's okay, but he's just creepy as Harry. Like the way he talks like this, he's a whiny brat. And then you've got what's his name, Jamie Foxx as Electro. Jamie Foxx does a good job with what he has, but again, it's the script that lets it all down. Yeah, that's it. So yeah, The Amazing Spider-Man 2. What do you think of it? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Please put your comments down below, let me know. And tune in next time when I review the latest Spider-Man movie, Spider-Man Homecoming, which will be out in a few weeks. So you'll have to wait a little bit for that one. But I am going to be reviewing Transformers The Last Night. Yes, I am going to see Transformers 5, just for the sake of reviewing it in comparison to the other ones. So, yeah, that's all for now, folks. So, thank you all for watching. And as always, I'm Mr. TARDIS11. See ya.